interested in your kit, isn't she? Yeah. Don't I? She still goes absolutely nuts every time she sees him. Couldn't you? Harmless. Right, in you go. After a good or bad day, they just give you the same reaction, which was much needed at the start of last year, I'm not going to lie. Turn this down if you want. After kicking them pretty much in my first 10 balls for my first 10 innings last year, it was nice to have a dog to come home to, I'm not going to lie.
All settled now?
Oh, she chills. This sort of bit, she just chills. She's pretty good, unless she sees someone who she wants to go play with, or a dog, then she's pretty settled, to be honest. She'll probably start squealing when she gets to Robin Hood Island, because she knows exactly where she's going from there, so prepare for that in about 15 minutes. Yeah. Should have done my lid, shouldn't I?
Do you feel more relaxed now she's gone?
Do, yeah. So it's always nice. It splits up the journey lovely, actually, dropping her off. And now you drive into the ground, it actually makes you feel, you actually start thinking a little bit about cricket now, especially when you're playing, you almost think about the game a little bit, which is nice. Having her in the back, you can't think about anything because, as you've just seen, she can bark at every single person and every single dog for 25 minutes. So, which is nice as well because it's a 40-minute drive into work, so you never overthink anything. So this bit's certainly my reflection time, I guess. I think when it's a game environment, you always, as a captain, you're always thinking about where the game's going. Obviously today, before day one, you're thinking about the toss, you're thinking about the wicket. Generally, you're thinking about team selection. I think we're quite lucky today because the 11 almost picks itself a little bit. So you're thinking about that. But it could be day 2 or day 3. You could be 100 runs ahead. You could be 100 runs behind in the game. There could be all sorts of positions that perhaps you need to think about. So I'd rather do it now on my own than before getting to the ground, and then I can feed back to Robbo, feed back to Briggsy. Obviously a little bit of Brez last year who helped me massively. But this is my own reflection time on where I think generally the games are at. I'm always a tails man, which probably I should change because I lose a lot more than I win at the minute. So. Apart from the crucial one at Lord's last year, which I got right, I probably should change the heads. But I've always been a tailsman, always grown up. I don't know why. It's just whether it's superstition, whether it's just something you do. I guess it's like putting your left pad on first, isn't it? It's one of those little things. I've just always been a tailsman, to be honest. I'm hoping he goes heads. I'm hoping Rory Burns goes heads. You want to win the first one of the year, don't you? You always want to win just this time of year, you want to get off to your own start, your own conditions, your own terms. So it looks like a lovely day for bowling. Obviously, we've got 3.5 hours until until the game starts. But you always think you're probably going to bowl at this stage of the year. Even though Gary produces some excellent wickets, you're always thinking that you're going to bowl at this time of the year. So hopefully, Ollie Hannon-Dolby, Milo and Brooksy have got the bowling boots on already, and we can get stuck into them.
Yeah, going back to talk about reflection time. Do you actually pick up any of the lads, or do you like to listen to music? I mean, does your routine kind of change game by game?
Not really. I think everyone's got their own home game routine, haven't they? I think generally I might go and pick up Burgess. He's on the way for me on a training day, but on a game day, I think everyone's arrival time at the ground's different. You want your own preparation, your own sleep and stuff like that. I'm quite an early riser, so I get to the ground probably before most of the players, if not one of the first, whereas Burge enjoys his sleep, which is absolutely fine, isn't it? As long as you're right and you're ready for the game, then you can do what you want. For me, I'm a Heart FM radio man, if I'm honest. Bit of wake up and win gets me going, gets my juices going at 7:30. Obviously, we've got Heart Make Me a Millionaire on at the minute, which obviously I don't play, but you always think, whenever the question, what would you do with £1 million, you always think of it, don't you, Matt? So, what would you do with £1 million?
What would I do with £1 million? I reckon I would pay off my mortgage, and then I would probably do a golf bucket list.
Would you still be working at Warwickshire if you won £1 million? Is Stuart Kane going to watch this? Is Stuart Kane going to watch this? Because this is quite a good answer for you, isn't it?
Am I still going to work at Warwickshire £1 million? Probably yes.
Good answer. Nice answer.
Are you still going to work? Are you still going to be captain of Warwickshire if you win £1 million?
I won't be captain. No. I'd be chilling around. I think. I'd be chilling around, just being a normal player. Back to being a squad player. That's how I want to be. Take the pressure off it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be the captain that follows that, though, would you?
Oh no. Although you never know. Well, what is it? A 2-trophy winner and £1 million winner. Oh, it'd be some act to follow that, wouldn't it? But let's be honest, one of them's not going to come true. Do you know what? First game of the year, you're always a little bit nervous. I think it doesn't matter whether you're a captain, whether you're just a squad player, or just a first 11 capped player. It doesn't matter what you are. There'll always be those nerves. It's first game of the year. You want to start the year well. Defending champions as always. That added pressure looming over you. So you're going to be the lads will be a little bit nervous this morning. But once they get into the routines, once they get out there, you know, whether it's Dom and Yates opening the batting, or whether it's Ollie Dolby and Craig Miles taking the new ball, you know, after a few overs, everything will be back to normal, and you know, it'll feel like a routine again. But there's always those nerves, especially, you know, after I kicked my second ball on nothing last year. You just want to get off the mark this year. So yeah, a little bit of nerves, but also excitement. It has the prospect of being a really good year, doesn't it?
You won the County Championship previously with Yorkshire.
Yep.
So you know what that's all about. But I've asked you probably this a couple of times over the winter. How vital is it now that when you're in the field, potentially you might be struggling? There's going to be times throughout the season where you're going to be probably behind in games. How great is it though that Slip Corden can look around and know that everyone in that team is a champion? They know what it's like to win. That's going to give an extra incentive. That's going to help the team, isn't it? That's a massive thing, isn't it?
100%. You always get that little 10-15% motivation, inspiration to go on and achieve something. I think a lot of our games actually last year, to our credit, we were behind in a lot of games last year at halfway. After 2 or 2.5 days of cricket, we were actually behind in a lot of games, and we came back to win a lot. So that's obviously a great bonus for us, that we can win from anywhere, and we can win games that we probably shouldn't. That's a massive incentive for us. So we're never really out of any games. We were only really out of one game last year, and that was Durham after an hour, and the game was effectively gone. So for the other 14 first-class games we played, we were in the game right until the end. We might have obviously lost against Hampshire, but we were in until that last day. So obviously 13 of those 14, we came up on the right end of the results, got some good draws and got some wins from bad positions, and it gives the guys a lot of confidence to pick up some points early. Get yourself on camera, eh?
Be happy all the time.
All real now, Will?
It is, mate. It is. I'd like to see those covers come off, though, to be honest. But it gets real when you're walking. When you get to the ground and you see the wicket, you can obviously see a little bit of dirt on the wicket after day 1, day 2. You know, you can start assessing, but yeah, it gets real. It gets real when you get in, but it's good. Hopefully we're in for a good day. It's exciting, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people here. This is where dreams are made. 6 months ago, I think the base smell's only just left, so if there's a smell of vision on there, then be careful, I think. Bye.